Hello everyone. In today's session, we are again starting with methods of collecting primary data. In the last class, we had discussed few of them. Just to recapitulate, the methods of collecting primary data. Primary data means the data which is collected by the investigator for the first time for the inquiry. The methods of collecting the primary data are direct personal investigation, indirect oral investigation, information from correspondents, telephonic interviews, mailed questionnaire method, and questionnaire filled by enumerators. We had discussed the first two in the previous class, but on demand, let's start our today's session with indirect oral investigation. Let's understand the meaning of indirect oral investigation. Under this method, the investigator approach third parties who are in possession of information about the subject of inquiry. मुझे जिस रिस्पोंडेंट के बारे में या जो भी मेरा सब्जेक्ट ऑफ इंक्वायरी है, जिनके बारे में मुझे पूछना है, इन्वेस्टिगेटर उनसे डायरेक्ट ना पूछ के उनके किसी नोन थर्ड पार्टी से information collect करता है. It is used when the area of investigation is very large or the respondents are reluctant to part with the information due to various reasons. Indirect oral investigation बेटा दो केसेस में हम ये मेथड यूज करते हैं फॉर कलेक्टिंग दी प्राइमरी डेटा. पहला, जब एरिया ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन लार्ज होता है, बहुत बड़ा है, तो मुझे डायरेक्टली इन्वेस्टिगेट रिस्पोंडेंट के पास ना जाके मैं थर्ड पार्टी से इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करती हूँ. या सेकंड केस बनता है कि अगर जो रिस्पोंडेंट हैं they are not giving true information about themselves. जैसे कि अभी नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में आप एग्जांपल देखोगे that if I need to do a survey on that how many people or how many students are chain smokers in a college, definitely if I'm going to straight away ask to a student will not give me a correct answer. Fine. So a small list of questions relating to the investigation is prepared, and these questions are asked from different persons and their answers are recorded. जिस केस में मुझे पता है कि रिस्पोंडेंट रिलक्टेंट होंगे, वहां मैं इनडायरेक्ट ओरल इन्वेस्टिगेशन करती हूँ. मैं थर्ड पार्टी से आंसर्स जानने की कोशिश करती हूँ. आई प्रिपेयर अ स्मॉल लिस्ट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस एंड देन वो क्वेश्चन मैं एक पर्सन को नहीं देती. यानी कि अगर मेरा सब्जेक्ट ऑफ इंक्वायरी इफ इट्स वन पर्सन, तो मैं सब्जेक्ट ऑफ इंक्वायरी के बारे में जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन जाननी है, वो क्वेश्चन मैं कम से कम 4 या 5 विटनेसेस को करती हूँ. पर्सन टू हुम दीज क्वेश्चंस आर पुट आर नोन एज विटनेसेस. यानी कि जो थर्ड पार्टी हैं जिनसे मैं इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करूंगी, वो विटनेस कहलाती हैं. दे आर टर्म्ड एज विटनेसेस. Now suppose we want to study the number of students of a college who smoke. For this purpose, personal investigation cannot be successful as students may not provide correct information as regards their smoking habit. कोई नहीं कहेगा कि हाँ मैं स्मोक करता हूँ. Now see, the investigator wants to investigate about this person A who is a subject under study. Fine. Now this investigator is asking A's friend, A's neighbor, A's relative, or any other person who is close to A to seek information. So to get the information, the investigator has to contact the person who are close to the respondent, like friends, lecturers, neighbors, relatives, or persons who know the information. Now let us learn about the suitability of this method of indirect oral investigation for collecting primary data. बेटा पहला ये मेथड तब suitable होता है when informants are unable to give information due to their ignorance. मतलब informants आपको proper information नहीं देंगे, maybe they are ignore about the subject matter. Informants are not prepared to part with the information because that information is something personal to them. तो वो उस इंफॉर्मेशन को आपके साथ शेयर नहीं करना चाहते. Secondly, thirdly, when area of investigation is large. Then fourth, secret or sensitive information about the informant has to be gathered. Some information which is very sensitive or secret, you want to collect about the informant. Definitely, the informant is not going to part that information from him. He is not going to part that information with him, and you have to go for collecting that information by indirect oral investigation, asking the questions about the subject of inquiry from the friends, relatives, etc. And lastly, the problem of investigation is complex and needs experts' opinion. Then also we are going to use indirect oral investigation. Let's understand the merits of indirect oral investigation. The first merit of this method of collecting primary data is that this is suitable when area of investigation is large. That means it is able to cover wide area. That is, wide coverage is the first merit of this method. Second is economical in terms of time, money and power with compared to the first method, that is your personal investigation, oral investigation. This method is economical in terms of time, money and manpower. This method is free from bias as information is collected from persons who are well aware of the situations. Fine. See, that means देखो हम जो इन्फॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं सीधी इन्फॉर्मेंट से, जो हमारा सब्जेक्ट ऑफ इंक्वायरी है उससे कलेक्ट नहीं कर रहे, उनसे कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं जो कि उस सब्जेक्ट ऑफ इंक्वायरी के नियर एंड डियर हैं, उसको अच्छे से जानते हैं. तो वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इज कलेक्टेड इज फ्री फ्रॉम बायस. और बायसनेस ना हो, देखो ऐसा नहीं होता कि बिल्कुल बायस नहीं होगी, हो भी सकती है. अगर कोई one of my friend is there, but he is not so good friend and he may form some negative opinion about me. So instead of giving correct information about me, he may pass on some negative information also, या wrong information also. So for that, अभी हमारा next demerit में भी आएगा. तो अगर मुझे जब भी information collect करनी होती है तो मैं सिर्फ 2 या 3 witnesses से नहीं collect करती. I need to have a good number of witnesses, 4 or 5, so that I can make out that yes, what is the true nature of the subject of my inquiry. ठीक है, मतलब मुझे अगर मैं 2 या 3 ही विटनेस से इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करती हूँ, दोनों अगर मेरे फेवर में नहीं बोले या ट्रू नहीं बोले तो मेरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन गलत हो जाएगी. Fine. So for that I need to have 4 or 5 witnesses, and the last merit is expert opinion can be gathered by the investigator. The limitations of this method is that indirect information result can be erroneous. Erroneous का मतलब गलत हो सकता है जिससे मैं पूछ रही हूँ उसको ट्रू इन्फॉर्मेशन ना पता हो मेरे सब्जेक्ट मैटर के बारे में. देन लैक ऑफ एक्यूरेसी ऑफ डेटा, पार्शियलिटी ऑफ इन्फॉर्मेंट्स, जो मुझे इन्फॉर्म कर रहे हैं, जो मेरे विटनेसेस हैं, अगर वो पार्शियल हुए तो मेरा सारा का सारा डेटा कलेक्ट किया हुआ दैट इज ऑफ नो यूज टू मी. लैक ऑफ इंटरेस्ट ऑफ इन्फॉर्मेंट, जिनसे मैं इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट कर रही हूँ, इफ दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड, so obviously they will not give true information. The information collected will be vague and unreliable. And lastly, lack of uniformity. Information collected may not be homogeneous and comparable. And this is going to happen अगर मेरे जो number of witnesses हैं वो there are 2 or 3, तो आप देखोगे कि जो भी information collect हुई है that is not homogeneous or comparable. Hope this method of collecting primary data, that is indirect oral investigation, its suitabilities, merit, limitations is clear to all of you. Let's come to the last topic of this particular method, that is precautions for indirect oral investigation. Now, in order to use this method, number of witness should be fairly large. That is what we are discussing from the first slide. कि अगर मुझे कोई ट्रू ओपिनियन फॉर्म करना है तो मुझे नंबर ऑफ विटनेस 2 और 3 से करेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मिलेगी. It should be 4 or 5. Then select those witness who possess sufficient knowledge about the proposed investigation. उनको एज अ विटनेस बनाना चाहिए जिनके पास सफिशिएंट नॉलेज हो मेरे सब्जेक्ट मैटर के बारे में. Then investigator should neither disbelieve nor completely believe the information provided by the witnesses. तो आपको अपनी जजमेंट ना अपना एक्सपीरियंस को यूज करना पड़ेगा इन्वेस्टिगेटर को कि वो कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन को बिलीव करे और कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन को डिसबिलीव करे. वो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन को ना ही तो डिसबिलीव कर सकता है और ना ही टोटल सारी इंफॉर्मेशन को बिलीव कर सकता है. Then cross-check system to ascertain the accuracy. So you should develop or devise a cross-check system ताकि आपको पता चल जाए कि जो डेटा आपने कलेक्ट किया है वो एक्यूरेट है या नहीं है. एंड लास्टली द विटनेसेस आर नॉट प्रेजुडिशियल मीन्स कि वो विटनेसेस जो हैं वो बायस नहीं होने चाहिए. Now the third method of collecting primary data is information from correspondents. Now under this method, local agents or correspondents are appointed and trained to collect the information from the respondents. आप देखते हो न्यूज जो एजेंसीज होती हैं they hire various correspondents and they are being placed in different areas and then they are being trained, they are being appointed and trained to collect the information in their respective areas. This method of collecting primary data is used when information at regular intervals of time is to be collected from different places. आप देखते हो जितने भी न्यूज के जो जितने कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट्स होते हैं न्यूज़पेपर के या न्यूज चैनल्स के वो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट प्लेसेस पे लोकेटेड होते हैं और उनके एरिया में जैसे ही कोई इवेंट होता है देन दे कवर दैट एरिया एंड दे प्रोवाइड इंफॉर्मेशन about their area on a regular interval of time. Agents or correspondents regularly collect the data in their jurisdiction, means in their area, and send them to the investigator. This method is often adopted by newspapers and periodicals for information about politics, business prices, agriculture and industrial output, stock market, etc. This method of collecting primary data is suitable when regular and continuous information is required, when area of investigation is very large. A single person cannot handle all the areas, right? So obviously the investigator has to depute correspondents in different areas to collect the information and when high degree of accuracy is not required. आपने देखा होगा बच्चे कि कई बारी दो न्यूज चैनल हैं और एक ही सब्जेक्ट मैटर पे दे आर गिविंग डिफरेंट न्यूज और डिफरेंट व्यूज. सो ऑब्वियसली द एक्यूरेसी of collecting information by this method is again questionable. So the degree of accuracy, where the degree of accuracy is not so much required, then this method can be used. Now the merits of information from correspondence method of collecting primary data, very easy and simple. First, wide coverage. It's useful in situations where the area of investigation is very large and periodic information is to be collected from distant places. And as compared to the other two methods, especially your oral personal investigation, this method is economical in terms of money and resources because here wide area is being covered, national, international, and compared to the area, the charge or the money which is required or which is spent to collect the information, it is economical. It is suitable for special purpose investigation. And finally, continuity is the last merit of this method. So it's useful for collecting regular information. It is useful for collecting regular information. The limitations of this method are: first, lack of uniformity. The information often lacks homogeneity and hence not comparable. जैसा भी मैंने आपको बोला, एक ही सब्जेक्ट मैटर होता है. कई बार हम देखते हैं दो कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट्स हैं ऑन डिफरेंट न्यूज चैनल्स एंड दे आर गिविंग डिफरेंट न्यूज. So it becomes very confusing that whom to believe and whom to disbelieve. तो homogeneity lack करती है और कई बार इंफॉर्मेशन को कंपेयर करना भी बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. Then danger of partiality. The personal bias of the correspondent may enter the report, and to that extent the accuracy is affected. आपने सुना होगा कई बारी हम बोलते हैं कि ओके दिस चैनल इज प्रो गवर्नमेंट. प्रो गवर्नमेंट का मतलब कि ये जो न्यूज चैनल है ये गवर्नमेंट के फेवर में बोलता है एंड द अदर चैनल इज अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट. तो जो गवर्नमेंट अभी पावर में है दूसरा चैनल है वो उसके अगेंस्ट में बोलता है. तो डेफिनेटली here in this type of method of collecting information through correspondence there is an element of partiality present. Next is lack of accuracy of high degree. This method cannot be used when high degree of accuracy is required, and then it's time consuming. A lot of time is consumed to collect the information. Now let's learn the precautions to be kept in mind while collecting information by this method, that is information from correspondence. First, appointments of correspondence should be made with full precautions. आप देखिए हर कोई correspondent नहीं बनता. You need to have a degree in mass media and then there you learn how to collect the information and then how to scan that information and how to use it in a diplomatic manner. This all you are being taught under the training of this correspondence. And correspondents should not be prejudiced. कोई उनका personal bias नहीं होना चाहिए, prejudice opinion नहीं होना चाहिए. Number of respondents should be fairly large and reasonable. जहां से आप information collect कर रहे हो, the information should be. आप देखो कभी भी जो correspondent होता है, कभी कोई interview ले रहा होता है, तो वो कभी एक पर्सन का व्यू आपके सामने नहीं रखता. The same question that correspondent puts to many people in the audience, and then finally an opinion is formed. Then correspondents or investigator should make minimum use of their own opinion. अपनी opinion कभी भी नहीं रखनी चाहिए. जो भी वो conclude कर रहे हैं, that conclusion should be based upon the opinion of the general public. And lastly, correspondents should be educated and familiar with the problem. Let's move to the next topic of collecting primary data, the next method, that is telephonic interview. Under this method, data is collected through an interview over the telephone with the interviewer. Fine. Data collect किया जाता है and we collect the data, or the investigator collect the data through an interview. और वो interview direct contact से नहीं होता, पर्सनल कॉन्टैक्ट के थ्रू नहीं होता. दैट इंटरव्यू इज कंडक्टेड ओवर अ टेलीफोन. टेलीफोन इंटरव्यू इज बेटर इन केस वेयर द रिस्पोंडेंट्स आर रिलक्टेंट टू आंसर सर्टेन क्वेश्चंस इन पर्सनल इंटरव्यू, है ना. और आजकल तो आप देखते हो न्यूज चैनल में देयर आर सो मेनी पर्सन्स हु आर बीइंग इंटरव्यूड ऑन अ टेलीफोन कॉल or through a video conferencing. So that is a better method that is going to save time also and cost also. Many of the shows on television conducts polls with the help of telephonic interviews. तो आपको कहते हैं ना अच्छा इस नंबर पे मिस कॉल दे दीजिए. तो again they are collecting your opinion. That opinion poll is being conducted through telephone itself. However, the response rate is lower and fewer questions may be asked before the respondent gets tired of the proceedings. Now, this can be taken as a limitation of this method कि response rate इस method में कम होता है. How many of us goes for giving the response through telephone? And another limitation is कि आप बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन टेलीफोन इंटरव्यू में नहीं पूछ सकते. द नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर लिमिटेड एंड रिस्ट्रिक्टेड. Suitability of this method is only in two cases we can use this method. First, when the respondent have a telephone connection. टेलीफोन कनेक्शन होगा तभी आप इंटरव्यू थ्रू टेलीफोन ले पाओगे. अगर टेलीफोन कनेक्शन नहीं होगा तो obviously this method cannot be used for collecting the data. And secondly, when the data is to be collected in shorter duration. कम से कम टाइम में कलेक्ट करना है. आप पर्सनल विजिट नहीं कर सकते और कहीं से इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते. Just give a telephone call and conduct the interview on telephone. The merits of telephonic interview is again wide coverage. This method is useful for conducting inquiry over a large area and it is economical also. Just making a phone call, you can collect the information from the respondents. The demerits of telephone interviews are, first is limited use. Why? Because see, now though you cannot say that it's a limitation where all the people are having mobile phones in their hand. Fine. So this cannot be taken as a limitation of this telephonic interview कि आपके पास टेलीफोन होगा तभी आप कर पाओगे, क्योंकि आप तो हर एक के पास टेलीफोन है. सेकेंड, जो इसका सबसे बड़ा डीमेरिट है, that the visual feedback is not possible, which was a merit in case of our first method, direct personal investigation. वहां पर आपको जो रिस्पोंडेंट है उसकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज, उसका विजुअल रिएक्शन आपके सामने होता है. एंड यू नो, बॉडी लैंग्वेज एंड योर विजुअल रिएक्शन स्पीक्स लाउडर देन वर्ड्स. तो टेलीफोन इंटरव्यू में आप विजुअल रिएक्शंस रिस्पोंडेंट के क्या है, you won't be able to get to know about this, which becomes helpful in obtaining information on sensitive issues. So the next and the last method for collecting primary data is mailed questionnaire method. I'm sorry, this is the second last method of collecting the primary data, that is mailed questionnaire method. Under this method, the investigator makes a questionnaire pertaining to the field of investigation and send it to the respondent along with the covering letter to collect information from them. अब हम क्या करते हैं इस केस में, इन्वेस्टिगेटर एक क्वेश्चनर डेवलप करता है और एक कवरिंग लेटर उस क्वेश्चनर के ऊपर ड्राफ्ट करके लगाता है, स्टेटिंग के व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ कंडक्टिंग दिस इंक्वायरी, ये क्वेश्चनर हम आपसे क्यों भरवा रहे हैं, and whatever information is being collected from the respondent, they have to assure, the investigator has to assure that this information has to be kept confidential. कि उनको confidential information जो भी collect होगी उसको confidential रखा जाएगा. A questionnaire consists of a list of questions pertaining to the investigation is prepared. Blank spaces are left for writing the answers. Usually a self-addressed and self-stamped envelope is enclosed for returning the questionnaire by post, and respondents are assured for the secrecy of the information supplied by them. मतलब उनको कवरिंग लेटर के अंदर ये जरूर लाइन स्टेट की जाती है कि whatever information is being supplied by the respondent is being kept confidential. ये confidential रखी जाएगी, हम किसी के साथ कोई information share नहीं करेंगे. And this method is adopted by research workers and other officials and non-official agencies. अब बेटे, if I talk about in today's scenario, ऐसा बहुत रेयर होता है. द थर्ड पॉइंट कि सेल्फ एड्रेस्ड स्टैम्प्ड एनवलप एनक्लोज करके क्वेश्चनर के भेजा जाता है. अब आजकल तो हम क्या करते हैं, नो, इन दिस इंटरनेट एज वी ड्राफ्ट अ गूगल फॉर्म and the questionnaires are being prepared on Google form. The link of the Google form is being shared and then we ask the respondents to reply by filling up that Google form. Now, suitability of this method, again, when the field of investigation is very large, and this method can be used when the respondents are literate. पढ़े लिखे होंगे बेटा, लिखना जानते होंगे. then only they'll be able to understand, first read and understand that what the question is all about, and then they'll be able to give their reply and are likely to cooperate with the investigation. यानी कि respondents literate भी होने चाहिए and they should be willingly cooperating for the investigation. Merits of the mailed questionnaire is first, wide coverage. आप जो this method can be used when the area of investigation is large. Economical होता है क्योंकि कम टाइम में, कम मनी में, कम लेबर में हम इसको कंडक्ट कर लेते हैं. Originality, the data is very much original because informants are directly involved in the collection of data. आप इंफॉर्मेशन किसी विटनेस से, किसी थर्ड पार्टी से कलेक्ट नहीं करते, इन्वेस्टिगेटर इन्फॉर्मेंट से डायरेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करते हैं. सो यस, द डेटा इज ओरिजिनल, फ्री फ्रॉम बायस, एवरी क्वेश्चन इज इंटरप्रेटेड बाय द रिस्पोंडेंट इन हिज ओन वे. तो कोई पार्शियलिटी, पर्सनल बायस इसके अंदर इन्वॉल्व नहीं होता. एंड देन मेंटेन सीक्रेसी. दिस मेथड इज सुटेबल फॉर सेंसिटिव क्वेश्चंस as it maintains the anonymity of the respondent. आपको ये श्योरिटी देनी होती है एंड आपको मेंटेन भी करके रखनी होती है. यू नीड नॉट हैव टू डिस्कस द रिप्लाई which is being given by the respondent in the mailed questionnaire. The demerits of mailed questionnaire is first, limited scope. Limited scope इसलिए बेटा कि जो अनएजुकेटेड होते हैं, जो पढ़ लिख नहीं सकते, वो तो बिना पढ़े, आप मतलब अगर उनको पढ़ना लिखना नहीं आता तो they cannot answer the question which is asked in the mailed questionnaire. Then less accuracy and precision. Under this method the accuracy of data cannot be testified. पता नहीं चलेगा अगेन क्योंकि विजुअल रिस्पॉन्सेज नहीं है. कई बारी जो लिटरेट रिस्पोंडेंट्स भी होते हैं, they also just if it's a multiple choice question, they just select any response and they send it back. Sometimes the respondents are not having interest, so lack of interest, because of lack of interest it may be possible that they are not giving correct answer. So some informants may not care to fill up the questionnaire when the number of such persons who have not sent back the questionnaire is very large. It is impossible to draw the correct conclusion. Then finally, the second last demerit is chances of misinterpretation. बेटा अगर जो इन्फॉर्मेंट है, आपने कुछ क्वेश्चन लिख के भेजा और इन्फॉर्मेंट उस क्वेश्चन को पढ़ के उसका करेक्ट सेंस में क्या मीनिंग है वो नहीं निकाल पाया, तो ऑब्वियसली उसने जो आंसर प्रोवाइड किया होगा, दैट आंसर वुड बी वेग एंड एम्बिगुअस. फाइन. And last demerit of this method is time consuming. The process is very time consuming, particularly when the information is to be obtained by post. Again, I have told you that ये method by post तो अब आजकल कोई use नहीं करता. Everybody is preparing such type of questionnaires by using Google Forms. Now, the last topic under this method is precautions to be kept in mind while collecting information by this method. That is by using mailed questionnaire method. Questionnaire should be simple, short and attractive. ज़्यादा बड़े-बड़े questions नहीं होने चाहिए, easy to comprehend होने चाहिए, because जितने complicated questions आप frame करोगे, respondent को उतनी difficulty होगी उनको comprehend करने के लिए. The questions should not hurt the informants and should not be very personal. Personal information नहीं होनी चाहिए. कुछ ऐसे questions नहीं हो जिससे कि जो informants हैं उनके sentiments hurt हो. There should be a system, a sequence and a proper planning in the questions. The object of inquiry must be clearly defined. Efforts should be made to get information as early as possible. And lastly, the questionnaire should be accompanied by a self-addressed and stamped envelope. Again, I'll repeat myself. This is not a necessary precaution, but still if you are using by the post as a medium, then a self-addressed envelope and stamped envelope is a must. The last method which we are going to discuss today for collecting the primary data is questionnaires filled by enumerators. Now, under this method, The enumerator personally visit informants along with questionnaire, ask question and note down their replies in the questionnaire in his own language. Now at the beginning of the session, somebody asked that, ma'am, who is the enumerator? So I told you that enumerators are the persons who help the investigator for collecting the information. Again, when the area of investigation is very large, it becomes very difficult for the investigator to personally visit the respondent. Then they are going to take the help of the enumerators. They are very trained persons. They are trained for collecting this information. एन्यूमरेटर्स इन्वेस्टिगेटर के बिहाफ पे पर्सनली विजिट करते हैं इन्फॉर्मेंट के पास, क्वेश्चनर उनसे फिलअप कराते हैं, वट एवर रिस्पॉन्सेस दे आर गिविंग, मेनी अ टाइम्स दे write the answers of those questions in their own language. Now, features of questionnaires filled by enumerator method. First is enumerator assists the informants to understand the true nature of question and fills up the schedule himself to avoid vague and ambiguous replies. आपने कई बार देखा होगा, आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछते जाते हैं एन्यूमरेटर्स और फिर अपने हाथ से आपके रिप्लाई को क्वेश्चनर में फिल इन करते हैं. रीजन बीइंग कि अगर आपको कोई एम्बिग्विटी रह जाती है क्वेश्चन को समझने में, तो पहले वो आपको क्वेश्चन को क्लियर करते हैं एंड देन दे टेक योर रिप्लाईज एंड fill it up in the schedule. Second feature, to get reliable information, the enumerator should be tactful, well-trained, unbiased and hardworking. Enumerator जो है, he should be tactful, he should be well-trained, unbiased and hardworking. These are the traits of the enumerator. Then this method is used by government, semi-government organizations, big business houses, research institute, etc. The questionnaire filled by the investigator is known as schedule over here. अब आप देखो, जब आप सेंसेक्स होता है आफ्टर एवरी 10 ईयर, आपको पता है इंडिया में वी कंडक्ट सेंसेक्स, उसमें पॉपुलेशन कितनी है सारी डिटेल पॉपुलेशन से रिलेटेड फिलअप की जाती है, फाइन. एंड देयर सी द इन्वेस्टिगेटर इज गवर्नमेंट, बट द गवर्नमेंट अपॉइंट्स ऑफिशियल्स. Same way, semi-government organizations appoint officials who are trained enumerators. They collect information from us and fill up the schedule on their own. I hope this method is clear to all of you. Basic difference between questionnaire and schedule is a questionnaire is filled by the respondent, whereas a schedule is filled by the investigator or by the enumerator. It is suitable where adequate finance and trained enumerators are available to cover a wide field and some significance is attached to the accuracy of the results obtained. तो जब enumerator या investigator खुद questionnaire को fill करता है तो उसको हम schedule बोलते हैं. The merits of this method by getting this for collecting primary data through questionnaire filled by enumerators. First is again wide coverage used for collecting information from a large number of people. The next topic is merit of collecting information, primary data by questionnaire filled by enumerators. The first merit is wide coverage. It is used for collecting information from large number of people coming from vast areas. The second merit is that the information collected is accurate and reliable. Investigator has a direct contact with the respondent, so it is possible to get accurate and reliable information. Third advantage, better responses. Presence of enumerator may induce the respondent in giving the information, so chances of non-response is less. क्योंकि enumerator जो होता है बच्चे, वो desired response लेने की कोशिश करता है from the respondent. तो अगर रिस्पोंडेंट रिलक्टेंट भी होते हैं, उनको मोटिवेट करता है, उनको कोई क्वेश्चन समझ में नहीं आता तो क्वेश्चन को कॉम्प्रीहेंड करता है and he try his level best to get the correct information. There are less chances of partiality and it is useful in case of illiterate respondents also, जो कि हमारा limitation था last method में, when the questionnaire were filled, mailed questionnaires were used to get the information. और less chance of partiality इसलिए होता है because these enumerators are very trained, they are professional. Demerits of questionnaire filled by enumerator. First, costly method. Expenditure on training, remuneration and conveyance are to be borne by the investigator or the agency collecting the data. जितने भी ट्रेनिंग के, रेम्यूनरेशन एन्यूमरेटर्स को देने की, कन्वेंस के एक्सपेंसेस, ये सारे इन्वेस्टिगेटर या इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी बॉर्न करती हैं. दिस मेथड इज टाइम कंज्यूमिंग. Partiality, inefficiency on the part of enumerator coupled with personal bias may adversely affect the result. देखो, वैसे होना नहीं चाहिए, but अगर हमारा enumerator bias होगा या inefficient होगा, that means he is not being able to cover that much area, तो ये मेरा method costly के साथ साथ time consuming भी हो जाएगा, and that is not going to serve any purpose. Last limitation is inability of the enumerator. If the investigator are negligent or not properly trained, the result of investigation are likely to be misleading. They will not give us the true result. The result of the investigation are going to be likely to be misleading. Lastly, the precautions to be kept in mind while collecting the information by this method. First, enumerators should be the person of high integrity and properly trained to use statistical tools. Second, enumerators should be polite, tactful, laborious, and honest to his assigned work. Thirdly, timely evaluation of the work of enumerator should be done. Second last, informant should be properly educated about the objective of investigation. Informant जिनसे आप इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट कर रहे हो वो प्रॉपरली एजुकेटेड होने चाहिए और उनको पता होना चाहिए कि आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने का. जैसे अब आपके पास एन्यूमरेटर्स आते हैं एट द टाइम ऑफ सेंसेक्स, तो आपको बताते हैं दिस इज अवर आईडी कार्ड, हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव सेंसेक्स में ये इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करने का है, दिस इज द इंफॉर्मेशन वी आर गोइंग टू कलेक्ट, सो प्लीज रिप्लाई करेक्टली. And lastly, the last precaution to be kept in mind is questions in the schedule should be small in length and simple and very clear. Ambiguous questions nahi hone chahiye. Simple, small, clear questions enumerators should ask to the respondent. With this, we have come to an end of the various types of methods of collecting primary data. Hope all of you have understand. If there is any query, you can ask the query on this WhatsApp number 9654549863. Thank you very much. Looking forward to see you all in our next video. Thank you.